Social media shouldn't be a place to sell illicit drugs and guns to minors.
And some lawmakers say the practice should stop. Good evening. I'm Michelle Griego in for Karen.
And I'm Michael Spencer.
Well, Colorado may soon join a handful of states that require social media companies to verify the age of their users. A bill aimed at protecting kids from drugs, guns, and sex trafficking online is making its way through the Capitol. Your political reporter, Sean Boyd, is here. And Sean, a lot of interest in this measure.
Dozens of people showed up to testify on this bill that takes aim at social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, where the Attorney General says it's just as easy for kids to buy illegal drugs as it is to order a pizza or call an Uber. District attorneys say sex traffickers are also using the sites to prey on kids, and social media companies are doing little, if anything, to help stop it, which is why lawmakers are now stepping in with a bill that they say would extend some of the same safeguards parents have in the real world to the digital world.
In July of 21, I received the worst news a parent could ever hear. Your boys are dead.
They came with heartbreaking stories. Parents whose children are dead from fentanyl-laced painkillers purchased on social media. Children like Miles Brundage.
We called him Smiles because he could get a smile off of anybody.
Chelsea Congdon Brundage says her son hurt his shoulder and bought what he thought was Percocet on Snapchat. He died at 19 years old.
They don't enforce age limits. They won't prohibit sales where they could make money, and they won't report illegal transactions. That is reckless profit-making over protecting children.
Brundage among those pushing for passage of a bill that would require social media platforms verify a user's age, allow parents to control what their kids see, respond to law enforcement inquiries within 3 days, not notify users whose accounts are under investigation, and block those selling to minors immediately. Opponents say the bill is a violation of free speech.
The purported objective of protecting our youth does not justify this bill's encroachment on every Coloradoan's right to free and safe use of social media.
This bill puts all users' privacy at risk and creates barriers to equity and information online.
But supporters say many of the bill's provisions have survived court challenges in other states. In addition to parents, some kids came out in support of the bill, including the founder of a tech startup.
So I think it goes without saying that I'm very passionate about technology, but it's from that very same technological perspective that I'm here to tell you that I'm absolutely petrified about the impact of social media.
We really need to understand that this is Russian roulette.
If protections were in place for her son, Brundage says he might still be alive, and the person who sold to him behind bars.
I can't do it for Miles, but I could do it for somebody else's kid.
The bill would also require platforms to preserve data for a year to help in investigations, as well as publish their policies, including where to report violations and submit yearly reports to the AG's office. Violations would be a deceptive trade practice. The bill does not prescribe how age verification would happen. The AG's office would determine that, but the bill's sponsors note gambling and banking sites already do this. The Senate Business Committee will vote on the bill next Tuesday. Sean Boyd covering Colorado First.
All right, we'll see what happens. Sean, thank you.
Also at the